Welcome back. It's been a long time, and tomorrow I'm out again, back down to Dartmoor with Dave. A repeat in some ways of last year's trip, but fewer pubs, more wildness. We managed 7 pubs last year in our 4-night trip. Doing 4 nights again, this time though only 2 pubs, and we're going to be doing the Dartmoor perambulation. So I thought I'd go through the gear that I'm going to be taking. This is gear for a reasonably cold time of year, nighttime temperatures 0 to 4 degrees, so I've upped some of my kit. Let's have a look at what I'm going to be taking. So if we start off with the pack itself, this is an Atom Plus 40 litre. So first thing I'm going to take out are my walking poles. I'm not going to count the weight of these because these are worn weight. These are new poles. My last ones, the twist grips, started to fail and they started to collapse. And with the trekking pole tent, that's not much good. So I've gone for some aluminium ones. These are a bit heavier, but again, being a trekking pole tent that I've got, I want something that definitely isn't going to snap, definitely isn't going to fail. And I've got the Leki Kumbu Light. This pocket here, I'm going to be carrying my camera, which I'm filming with at the moment, the DJI Osmo Action, and also the GorillaPod. Okay, this pocket, side pocket here, just got a rubbish bag. I've got some hand sanitizer. I've got some lip balm, and I've got my first aid kit. I've actually got 2 first aid kits. This is sort of the everyday first aid kit. So it's just a small little DCF pouch, and in here I have got a little Swiss Army knife with 2 blades and a pair of scissors. I think one of the blades, I've also got a screwdriver there as well. So it's 1 blade, sorry, screwdriver, file, and a pair of scissors on the back. And those are important because in here I've also got a KT tape which I'll need to cut up. This is for hot spots and blisters. I have got some paracetamol, a bit more KT tape there. I've got some Compeed. I've got various different size Compeed if I get actual blisters as opposed to just hot spots. Got a couple of plasters to cut myself. Other tablets I've got after the Dales Highway, I've added Diaurolite to my kit, and I've got some ibuprofen as well. And the last set of tablets I've got are antihistamines. So between those tablets, that should be everything that I might need. Just some more tablets there. I've got 6 of each, I think. And I've also got a nail file for getting rid of any sharp corners on my nails, which obviously can cause blisters. So that is the everyday first aid pouch. So also in the outside, in the front, I have got sunglasses and glasses case. I'm not going to need these for the first couple of days. The forecast is wet for the start of this trip. But this is a very lightweight case, and I have these over glasses, which obviously I can wear over my glasses. And I can also put my actual glasses inside these, and that is a secure case for having them overnight. Also on the outside is water filter. Good thing about Dartmoor, and the bad thing, is there's water everywhere, and we've had the wettest March for, I don't know, 20 years or something. Yeah, anyway, we're going to be passing water every couple of miles, so that's to filter that. What else have we got on the outside here? Just some lightweight running gloves, cap, oh there's the other running glove there, my waterproof jacket, which I think is next, which is the OMM Halo. This doesn't have a fixed peak, so the cap is useful to go underneath that. So there's the OMM Halo jacket. Swedish cloth for wiping down moisture from the inside of the tent and the outside of the tent in the mornings, just to save a bit of weight. You don't want to be carrying water weight. Speaking of the tent, I've got my stakes in the outside here as well. This is DCF peg bag. Stakes. I told myself I wouldn't say that. I'm going to re-record this bit. Okay, this is my peg bag that I carry in the outside. DCF peg bag with a variety of pegs inside. I have got the Gold Easterns. Not used these yet, but I found some of the pitches on Dartmoor last year, lots of sort of heathery ground, and so having the extra length to be able to get through is going to be pretty useful. So I've got 4 of these, and then depending on what the terrain is like, I've got 4 groundhogs. I've also got 4, these are new to me as well, some of the Tors, very rocky, obviously that's what a Tor is, so the Vargo titanium nail for particularly rocky ground. And then I've got these Wild Sky titanium skewers, Wild Sky Gear, eBay company, who also make, I think they make these pouches as well. These are just to hold the door down. So a variety of pegs in here for all eventualities. The pack itself comes from Treadlight Gear, which is a UK cottage-based cottage manufacturer, UK-based cottage manufacturer. Platypus 2.5 litre water carrier. So this is going to be used not that much, probably used evenings, so the last water stop of the day to fill up for water for evening meal and breakfast the next morning. These are new to me. These are my new waterproof trousers. They are incredibly lightweight. They are Montane, and I can't remember the name of them. And that is everything in the pockets on the front. On the top, I've got my sit pad. This is just a 3mm foam pad. I use this under the sleeping mat for extra insulation. I don't think I'm going to need that this time round because I've got a Xtherm. But I'm just going to use this as a seat pad. I can use it in the porch as well as my tent if the ground's wet. And then on the shoulder pockets, I've got a ½ litre water bottle, and I've got my phone, which has got my navigation on it, and so I've got a heavy-duty waterproof, shockproof case for that. I've also got Roman Nomen, which was a birthday present from my daughter, who made him for me, and he is going to be accompanying me on all my hikes from now on. Right, inside the tent, and this is Durston X-Mid Solid 1P. I think that's the title of it. Now the next thing in here is the majority of the weight, because on the perambulation we are not going to be hitting civilization much at all. We're going to start and finish at Princetown, which is the only town that we're actually going to go through. So apart from a little detour to Belston, we're hoping to get tea at the Tors Inn, also the Warren House Inn, and then a little kiosk cafe at Dartmead. Apart from that, we're going to be just out on the moors completely. So food wise, I've got 7 meals in here plus snacks. So that is my food bag, which I'm not going to empty out particularly, just to say that I've got the remnants of the gas canister here. I've got another one as well that Dave's going to take, and then we're going to share a cooking pot. This is the Soto thermostat. So that's going to be the cooking pot for boiling water. That's all we're going to do with that, just hot water. And then I've got my double walled mug here for coffee. and inside that is the stove itself and a pot grip. So the rest of this is just food for each day, so I'm not going to get it all out, but just to show you the sorts of things I've got. So for breakfast I've got porridge, that's what I made myself to have enough dehydrated meals. Then for lunches we're actually going to go for a dehydrated food for lunch. I don't know if that's going to work out, I don't know if it's going to be a bit much, but we've got these for lunches. I've also got a couple of Belvita bars for the morning, a couple more for the afternoon. I've also got a couple of chocolate bars, so sort of half a bar of chocolate per day. I've got some coffee as well, which I'm trying out. This is the Brew Company coffee. So the idea is that you fill this pouch with water, and I think it's sort of like a French press. You fill it with water and then leave it to brew, and then you just pour it out the spout into your mug. So I'm going to give those a go, see how those are. So that is all the food for the trip, which is going to be over 5 days, but the first and last day are only going to be a few miles each, so it's I think 3.5 days walking. That is the food bag, and I'm looking forward to that being empty by the end of it. Right then, the rest of what's in here is inside a pack liner. And this is stuff that I absolutely do not want to get wet. So, the fleece that I'm wearing, Montane Wolf, I think it's called, I'm just making that up. For stopping at camp, I've got the Patagonia Micro Puff hoodie, and I suspect I'll be sleeping in this as well, but that'll be just to put on the extra layer when we stop and when we camp up. Then I've got a couple of DCF bags. The first one is electronics. So the electronics that I'm taking are okay, I wasn't sure about this. This is a pump for the Thermarest. It weighs exactly the same as the pump sack. So, you know, there's no particular weight reason to take one or the other. I've gone for it because I found that the inside of the Xmid is pretty small, the sleeping compartment, and actually, you know, the pad that I've got is a wide Thermarest Xtherm NXT Max, so it's the square one, as well as being wide. And because it fills the whole thing, I can't actually get to the end of it to pump it up. You need to be at one end to pump the thing up. So this I can just plug in and leave it be, but it takes ages, like at least 5 minutes. So I don't know if this is just going to be really annoying. It just sort of, it doesn't seem to have any power in it. It just sort of gradually breathes in to inflate it. So I'll see how that goes. But anyway, that is for pumping up the airbed. I have my Petzl Bindi head torch, cable for charging my iPhone, a 10,000 Anker power bank, which I'm hoping will be enough to keep my phone and the DJI Osmo Action charged. I have got a cable for charging the camera, and the last thing I've got is a small little thermometer, which is a max min thermometer, because I want to be able to check how warm stroke cold I feel at night compared to how warm or cold the actual temperature is. That will help me work out whether my sleep system needs changing by looking at what the actual temperatures were. So that is my electronics bag. The other bag I've got is toiletries bag, which reminds me there's something else on the pack that I've, on the outside that I forgot to show you. So this is a toiletries bag, and this has got a hairbrush and hair bobble and mirror for signalling if you're lost, or checking to see if you've got a tick on your bum. Don't know what else I could use that for. I've got a pair of earplugs which I've never used, but they weigh nothing. They could come in useful. A deodorant, wild deodorant refill, just the refill by itself. I have got some wipes to wash myself each night. I've got a toothbrush. This came as a little freebie from Garage Grown Gear. A little thumb toothbrush and just a little cover for it, just to keep it hygienic in case my Sudocrem leaks, which it shouldn't do. Sudocrem used for everything: chafing, insect bites, stings, sunburn, and can also be used for your feet if you have days of them being wet. So it's sort of like a barrier cream, which I don't think I'm going to need on this trip. I don't think I need it for that reason. And then the last thing I've got is toothpaste tablets. So obviously 1 per or 2 per day. So that is my hygiene bag. Now, linked to that, which is on the outside of the pack, and I forgot about it because this pack has got a bottom pocket. I have another bathroom bag. This is a toilet bag, another DCF pouch, and in here I have got some toilet paper or tissues. I have got just a couple of wipes left over from a previous trip. I've got some nappy bags, and then I've got the Bogler trowel, and that all goes in here on the outside of the pack for quick access. The other thing I've got on the outside of the pack is my emergency first aid kit. This is something that I have not had to get into this in any of the trips I've done so far. Fingers crossed that stays the same, but I have things here for less likely but more serious scenarios. So this is first aid for me and my equipment. So I've got some tenacious tape and for gear repairs, and I've also got a Thermarest patch if I get a puncture. And then for me, I have got a compass and whistle. I'm not expecting to need the compass because I've got all the apps on my phone, but should that all should it break or whatever, if I run out of charge, I've got my compass and a map in the bag. And then for more serious injuries, I have got a bandage and wound dressing. So for more serious injuries, so I've got a wound dressing here and a bandage for it, and an alcohol pad for cleaning. I've got 2 different sized wound pads, 1 bandage, and I've also got a triangular bandage for dislocated shoulder, and I've got steri strips for patching up a more serious deeper cuts or head wound or something like that. And I've also got a tick remover card. So that's my emergency first aid kit. Okay, nearly at the bottom of the bag now. So I've got map of Dartmoor for checking when we're at the pub where we are, but I'm not expecting to use it because I've got OS Maps on my phone. Pillow. I've got 2 pillows, not because I need to, but because I'm trying new ones out. I've got the Nemo Philo Elite Luxury. This is wide, it's soft, it's very comfy, genuinely very, very comfy. But I've also got
in here somewhere. It might not come out next. I've got another pillow. I'll see if we can find that in a minute. Right, what else have we got in here? We've got spare clothes. So, spare underwear. These are just fantastic. Sax Volt Boxer Brief. Incredibly comfortable and very breathable, very quick drying as well. Waterproof socks, sealskins. I'm going to be using these for the first couple of days. Never walked in these before, so have to see how that goes. Sleeping bag is a Thermarest Saros 32. It is a 0 degree rated sleeping bag. We're not going to get down below 0 this time, but I have found over the last few trips that the comfort rating needs 5 adding to it to be a genuine comfort rating. So this is pushing it for this trip, but I have got a warmer sleeping mat which is going to do the trick. So there is the sleeping bag. Inside here I've got what I'm going to be sleeping in, which is a Montane long sleeved thermal top and a pair of Decathlon fleece leggings. Really warm. These made a big difference, much warmer than my Patagonia long johns that I've worn previously. And somewhere in here should also be a pair of Drew Brady sleeping socks. Really soft on the inside, absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I'm sleeping in. And then final thing in here, there it is, my other pillow. So this is again from Garage Growing Gear. It was only a few pound. It's a bit of a strange one. It's just an inflatable bag. It hasn't got a valve. It's just got a straw to inflate it. Incredibly lightweight. So I'm hoping that this does the trick. So I'm going to try this, but I'm bringing the Nemo as backup if this isn't that comfortable. I have tried one night sleeping with it and it seemed okay, but I need a bit more experience, so that's coming with me to try out. And the last thing in here, that's the pack liner, so Nylafleer pack liner, and then this is what's going to really keep me warm on this trip. This is the Thermarest NeoAir Xtherm NXT Max, and incredibly warm. I love having the wide mat. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to having a narrow mat again. So that is everything, apart from what I'm going to be wearing. So that's carried weight. Worn weight will be my Hoka Speedgoat 5. Still going strong from last year. Another pair of Sax Volt Boxer Briefs. My Flaming Skull design, absolutely love those. Darn Tough walking socks. New trousers this time. These are the Patagonia Terrebon joggers. And I'm wearing the Outdoor Research t-shirt and a buff. And that's it. I'm going to pack all this away now, do a bit of last minute shopping for some food for the trip down, and then tomorrow's going to be a lot of sitting in a car, followed by an evening hike up to Great Miztor and hopefully a bit further, and off we go. The Dartmoor perambulation, here we come. Can't wait.